Okay, we are live, and this is a public video running a shortwave. So hello, I guess my username on this is HackMatrix. I am the author of HackMatrix, which is this. And well, the point of HackMatrix is literally just to have a 3D computing environment. So what am I going to do in a live stream about a 3D computing environment? Well, I'm going to compute, and what am I going to compute? Well, just what I normally compute, which is um, I do weird things like shortwave, which essentially, if this is loaded, I have a project called the Phoenix project. But it has a bunch of tasks that I do in a loop, a short little loop called the shortwave. So I'm just going to go ahead and execute a shortwave because that is how I like to work. Some people call it a Pomodoro. Um, what I'm going to do now, if my legs will permit, and they might not because I just finished a 30-minute meditation or something about that length, I'm going to do push-ups because my shortwave mandates it. At some point soon, I will, probably this time, I will add uh, pull-ups to the shortwave, which means that every time I do this, I'll actually have to go outside. Um, but anyways, I'm going to do 10 push-ups. I actually wrote once a push-up counter that used a webcam to count out loud all of the push-ups that I do. It was a cool demonstration of computer vision in Clojure and OpenCV, but I don't exactly need that or maybe even want that in my CyberLogos, which is what this common Lisp package that runs my shortwave and the Phoenix project in. Okay, and let's go back up to my full self. I'm going to sit on my meditation Zafu pillow on the ground. There was a whole year where I worked exclusively sitting on the ground. So I'm fairly comfortable with it. And I didn't even have a Zafu when I did it, which is the pillow that I just showed. So yeah. Okay, so next. Visualization and meditation. I'm going to do, I think maybe just like a minute. Let's just do literally just a minute of meditation. Usually in the short waves I go longer, but I have been doing significant amounts of meditation lately. I did an hour last night, did 30 minutes today. Usually do 30 minutes when I wake up, so I'm just going to meditate now for a minute. Don't want to repeat that. Okay. For spiritual content, I have been reading basically the spiritual books that I have been reading. I'm going to read a book from the Introduction of Magic, and in this case, magic doesn't mean what it has meant in the past. It just means a spiritual experience. He defines it in here, but it's not the magic that's like outlawed in the Bible. This is all Greek or Latin, actually. Um, but it has English translation, so I'll read it. Subspecie internitoritas. From the inner point of view, coelum nihil aliud est quam spiritualis interioritas. Heaven is nothing other than spiritual inwardness. Um, I guess that's a teaching that is both Roman and um, Christian. Jesus said, "The kingdom of heaven is within man." This may actually be a Christian teaching. Gerbultus de Pignorbius Sanctorum. 4, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. Um, Aquela volans per aerem e buffo gradiens per terram est magisterium. The eagle flying in the air and the toad crawling on the ground is the magistery. Okay, I'm going to actually read a chapter of the English part of this. Or not a chapter, but a paragraph. Many years have gone since I first had an experience of immateriality, but despite the passing of time, the impression I derived from it was so vivid and powerful that it still lingers in my memory. As far as it is possible to transfuse and retain certain transcendent experiences there, I will attempt now to convey this impression humanus verbius in human terms, evoking it again from the innermost recesses of my consciousness. I'll read one more chapter, or one more paragraph, excuse me. The sensation of immateriality, or the sensation of immaterial reality, suddenly flashed into my consciousness without prior warning, apparent cause, or determining reason. One day, about 14 years ago, I was standing on the sidewalk of Strozzi Palace in Florence, talking with a friend. I do not remember what we were talking about, though it was probably some esoteric topic. In any event, the topic of the conversation had no bearing on the experience I had. It was a day like many others, and I was in perfect physical and spiritual health. I was not tired, excited, or intoxicated, but free from worries and nagging thoughts. All of a sudden, I was either talking or listening. I felt the world, all things, and life itself in a different way. I suddenly became aware of my incorporeity and of the radical evident immateriality of the universe. I realized that my body was in me. I've had that feeling, usually when driving. And that all things were inwardly within me, that everything led to me, namely to the deep, abysmal, obscure center of my being. It was a sudden transfiguration of the sense of immaterial reality stirring in my field of consciousness and awareness, and connecting with the usual sense of everyday dense reality, allowed me to see everything in a new and different light. It was as when a sudden opening in the thick ceiling of clouds lets a ray of sun filter through, and the ground or the sea below suddenly transfigured in a light and ephemeral brightness. Okay, so I think I'm done with that reading. I didn't necessarily need to read all of it. Didn't need to read an entire chapter, just wanted to read a few paragraphs of spiritual content. Next, drink caffeine and look at Google Maps. Okay, I will do that. Google Maps. And it's going to load me into Washington, D.C., which is an absolutely gorgeous city. A stunning city indeed. One of the best in the United States, I have to say. So I have experience with this area, mostly this area, and now I'm gaining experience with this area up here. And the other day, it wasn't this morning, but yesterday, I ran somewhat, let's say down here-ish. I believe this is New York Avenue. This is Philadelphia, I believe. This is, what is this? This is Massachusetts. So this is Massachusetts. This is this isn't Philadelphia. Pennsylvania. It's the state, not the city. This is New York. This avenue is. I should know this avenue because I lived in the area. What is this avenue? Oh, no, I want the avenue. Rhode Island Avenue? Okay. Guess I don't know as much as I thought. But I am just trying to get a feel for my environment around me. This is a cemetery, which is probably not a great place to go running. This looks like a decent park. Probably a good amount of trail in this area. It's difficult to tell, but this area right here is like extremely tall. There's no 3D view, but like Noma, I forgot what they pronounce it, as it's a very tall area. Until I guess Metro Station, and then probably isn't as tall. Man, it keeps pulling up when I highlight things. I don't want it to just randomly spawn little pop-up windows. Anyways, I think that's good enough for looking at looking at myself. Now looking at Google Maps. So now I will work on cyber logos. So one simple thing I can do when I work on cyber logos is I want to do 10 pull-ups, which like it's not great because first off, 10 pull-ups is not a good match, at least for my body, to 10 push-ups. They're not equivalent. So I'll do 5 pull-ups. And then another thing is that I will have to continuously go outside to do these pull-ups because my pull-up bar is just literally a staircase, a spiral staircase outside that I do pull-ups on. And so I will, every time I run a shortwave, which is like at least once a day, twice a day, sometimes 3 times, 4 times. I think I've gone up to like 5. Um, I'll have to go outside and do pull-ups or whatever, which is not great, but I'd rather have a balanced body than, misbalanced, like strong chest with like weak arms or weak back, I mean. So I will make it a regular habit to do opposing muscle groups. Okay, so I think that is good enough for the cyber logo. So I will go ahead and I believe that is good. So this will just be modify the shortwave tasks. So I will go ahead and push that. What is my password? Do I even have a password? Okay, apparently I have a password on my private Git server, which I actually need to pay for soon. Just need to add my new billing information to that. I'll do that when I'm not streaming. Work on HackMatrix. Welcome to the HackMatrix. Okay, so I think actually what I want to do to work on HackMatrix is there is an ocean asset that I usually throw out here. There is a new, I've been working on the Roman Forum, modeling that. So there's that asset which is in progress. And there is, let's see if there's anything else. There are a few assets, but the thing with assets, they are large, they are 3D models, and I want to transfer them from the machine that I built them on or made them, designed them on or whatever, to my SD card. So that way I don't have to go through the internet and through, bulk up the repository for HackRPG. And so that will require setting up my my machine, which means I need to find my machine and get it set up. So I have just found it. It is this Intel NUC that I've been developing on. It's what I developed HackMatrix on primarily. And so I need to get that hooked up to a TV and booted up so that way I can get everything transferred. So I will do that right now with everyone on, or if there are people on the stream. I'm not sure if there are or not. They will watch me do this. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, oh. I have a desk and I don't like sitting in it. Or sitting at it. Because I like sitting on my Zafu over there. Now might be a good time to check to see if there is anybody in the chat. That is not the stream I was looking for. There is a viewer. It might be me. Sometimes it's hard to tell. But there. What is this? I think this is the. It literally says this is the Asian power device. APD, Asian power device. I wonder if the Asian power device is what gives power to my NUC. I think it is, which is mildly hilarious. Okay. I really want to get my there's a piece of software or a piece of software. There's a cybernetic device that I want to build an ecosystem called the KuberShot. Apparently, I have a V5 of KuberShot. That's cool. But if I go to not ecosystem.lisp, products.lisp, and search for KuberShot. Okay, apparently I call it Shot Sentry now. Yeah, I want a camera that is full auto, that is like a robotic camera, basically, that will basically allow me to get like, I don't know, I do like robotics stuff, and I do stuff where I'm just like, setting up physical things. And so it's kind of a pain in the ass to like move my camera around to handle all of this. So if I had like a robot that was just dedicated to getting the shot, the shot robot, the robot that is supposed to get the shot. Why is this so laggy? Oh, it's not. Okay, there's the live. Okay, there we go. But yeah, if I had a robot that was dedicated to moving my camera around and getting the shot, it would be dope. It would be cool. Okay, so the box, the thing that I developed HackMatrix on originally is booting up. It needs an HDMI cable to connect to the TV. And it will need at least a keyboard, maybe a mouse. So let me go ahead and imagine if I could just use my mouse, but it actually just moved the camera around. That would be so freaking awesome. Like it moved the physical camera around. I don't think I've ever turned on this TV. I don't even know how to turn it on, if I'm being honest. Does it even have power? Is the power even connected anywhere to anything? I literally don't think it has power. Oh no, the power goes into the wall. I think there's a remote with it. I think there's a remote. Hey, check that out. Okay, we've got power. But yeah, having this shot sentry with a camera that just follows me around, it would be so dope. And then I could have a a webcam and then another camera that I can just like walk up to, and it's the shot sentry, and I can take control of it and move it around, and maybe even have a replica of my space that I can walk around or whatever. I don't know. I'm just talking at the moment. I don't really have much to say. So it says X input here. Okay, that is not what I want. That's not what I want either. I want my computer to load. Ah, I found the remote. This is an Airbnb that I'm living in for like several months. Shit, I don't even know if I can change the... Does this remote even work? I don't want TV. I want... Nope, I don't want that either. Picture. Inputs. I want inputs. Give me HDMI 2. Okay, give me HDMI 1. Uh-oh, I need to look upwards. There we go. I believe this is sitting on HDMI 1. Yeah, there we are. All right. Now all I need is a USB cable. A USB cable for the... there it is, for the keyboard. Okay. I don't think you're going to be able to see what I'm doing. I just want to get these files transferred and quick. I used to stream building robots, and like half of the stream was just like the camera pointing at my face. It's really difficult to solo build robotics while trying to film yourself building it. Especially like when I was like brand new, like I didn't know what I was doing when I was building the robots. Like I hadn't built many. Um, Holy shit, this thing auto logged in. What the fuck? How did it auto log in to root? Oh, it booted from the... Okay. I use this USB to boot into this laptop that you see. This is what I'm running this on, obviously, because I can pick it up and move it. And I installed Arch Linux onto this device, and so it auto logged me into root because it auto booted. And then I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I thought it auto logged me into root on my main machine. I'm like, did I have that like vulnerable that entire time? Like, it freaked me out. But it was just Arch, the Arch that I installed here. I should have known because I didn't have Arch installed on my my main box. Uh-oh, okay. Okay, so with luck, oh shit, it booted me into that's unfortunate. I have a mouse somewhere, but unfortunately, I don't know where I put the mouse. When I moved last, thought the mouse was in my work bag, and it is not in my work bag. Screw it, I'll just reboot. I want to get this thing installed as quick as possible. It's taking a significant amount of time to do this task. I think some of it is because I'm like trying to entertain a stream with no one watching. But that's fine. I think my dog needs to go outside soon. Alright, let's see if I can just quickly get this data transferred. So if I ls dev, and I know that you guys can't see this, technically I could SSH from this machine and do the I might actually try to set that up. Vim etc, if I can set up the network, which I think is relatively simple. Uh-oh. Okay, all I need to do is get the Airbnb Wi-Fi set up, and then I'll be able to SSH from this machine onto that machine, and then do all the transfer from this so you guys can see it. So that will be interesting. That will be nice. Okay. Unfortunately, whoops. Fortunately, I think they put the SSID in here wrong. But I remember that it was wrong. With a device that scanned it. Okay, and so with that, sudo net systemctl restart net plan, or it may be sudo net plan apply, maybe. IP adder. And so with that, okay, cool. I should be able to SSH onto this machine now. SSH 10.0.0.232. This will be, hopefully I have SSHD running. Yes. I'm in. Okay. So now I can, let's do ls dev. Oh, what am I doing? Why am I even trying to use an SSD now? I have SSH. Or why am I trying to use a SD card? I have SSH. So now I don't even need this. It's all networked. Now I can just get this thing to transfer the files. We're good. So let's go to cd u yang HackRPG ls. Okay, so ls objs, well, ls holons, ls objs, material, okay, so ls vox, ls scad, ls stream. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to exit and then cd dot dot make dir hack RPG. So now I want to scp colon at, don't even need to do that, 10.0.0.232 u yang hack RPG objs, bring that into here. Yeah, no shit, it's not a regular file. SCP the directory, please. Don't make me tar all of this up. Getting a victory ping, so that recursive definitely works. What other thing do I need? I wanted the Vox, I believe. I think that's all I need. I think I have everything I want. Okay, so now with all of that, there hasn't been anybody viewing this in a while, but I want the ocean. Give me the ocean. Okay, so to get the ocean, I will open this up, go to the entity editor. I will open up an entity, add a component, let's do a model component. The model path, I think will be dot dot back. It will be, that slash is going to mess up all the shadows, unfortunately. objs slash. Oh, it actually didn't mess up the shadows. Shadows are normal. Nice. So I actually don't know what objs I want. ls objs. Okay, so objs water dot obj, and then I want to add a positionable. Let's just add that. And then with luck, there will be water somewhere. Is there water anywhere? I think the model might be broken. But so let me do like -5. And if there is -5, and I still don't see water, I wonder if I can do something like home colon hack RPG. Oh, that's the problem. Dot dot hack RPG. Dang it. Why does it keep doing that? I think I need to actually delete this component and I'll just add it again. So this is a model component and this is now going to be hack RPG slash. There we go. What is it? Oh, I'm underneath it, so it's like rendering weird, maybe. -10, 10, 20. There. Okay, there we are. There we are. And then I want to drop it by like 5. Nice. Okay. So now that looks good. And originally, I think I tiled these. But for simplicity's sake, I will just make it extra large. -20, 30. There we go. I don't know how far away I actually made that. I think it's probably good at 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, so 75. 4, 3, 2, 1. 70 it is. Okay. There we go. We have the giant expanse of the ocean behind us now, which is nice. And it is quite expansive. And so I will go ahead and persist all. We're still getting insanely good FPS. Originally trying to screen capture and render just like a few water models and a ship, just completely ground this system, SSH, this system right here, Neo Fetch, which is Ubuntu, which is not the system I'm currently running my laptop on. It ground this system into a halt. The Phoenix system. The Phoenix system predates the HackMatrix system, which is the laptop I'm using. So, you did a good job, Phoenix. You got me to where I needed to be, and now you are a server. Congrats. I really need to fix the whatever that is. And I think I want to increase the... I don't like that FOV. I mean, I liked it in the past. Or I don't know if it's FOV. I don't know what it's called. HackMatrix. So what was that called? I think it is in the renderer, or maybe it's in the model. Model. It is a thing, and I don't know what the thing is. Maybe it's in the camera. I think it's in the camera. So the Z far. So I actually want to like increase that E shell. Make. I want to increase that. I believe. So let me pkill mplayer. Let me, we'll have to get rid of this. Oh, I pkilled mplayer on the server. I'll go ahead and get rid of this and this, and I will reboot HackMatrix, which should still keep this stream alive. The water still exists as it should. So let me open up Chromium just to make sure the stream is live, and I think it is. And we are live. Okay, and so now when I walk over to the water, everything doesn't disappear. So I increase the depth of field or whatever, so that's nice. So let's open up Emacs and whoops. Open up I just want to open HackMatrix. Wait, space GS. Okay, so the source camera, increase the depth, or increase the ZFAR for camera depth or whatever, I don't know. So now that my system can render really far, I want to render really far. Okay. Let's see what else to do. So originally I had some like really cool setup here. I think I want to get the entire HackRPG set up and saved in a database. I don't like how this light is creating literally just a circle. That is not how the light should operate, I believe. So that is an issue with some sort of distance cutoff or something. So I need to improve lighting. I'll add that to the to-do. Fix lighting. Let's do, I think it's called like acne distance. And then fix lighting. So the acne, I'm not sure if it's called acne. I don't know what it's called. But when the light is super far away, it creates these weird sort of artifacts. And I think that, I don't know what it's called, but I want to get rid of it. And there is a way to get rid of it. So, and then fix lighting. Fix lighting distance. It creates a circle pattern. Look at the key area. Okay. So let me go ahead and commit the to-do. Add lighting to-dos. Okay. So I'm going to go over to the key area. I actually think I want to implement some sort of gravity. I'm kind of tired of flying around. Implement some sort of gravity. At least some sort of gravity that I can like turn on and off. We need some gravitas. Okay. The reason I want gravity is because the height gives the sense of depth or the sense of proportion. So if I'm way up here, you might think that the cave is really small. I guess the movement speed also gives a sense of proportion. And the screen size does as well. But it will feel like the world is very small if I'm like really tall. So if I were to make like these things, these people, these frozen NPCs that don't even animate, if I were to make them giant, you would think that this cave is tiny, if my movement speed was a little faster. So I do need to fix that. I am going to import a model, maybe. The mouse is kind of messed up. Okay, it's not anymore. I am going to import a model that is, I think, called engineering. I'm not exactly sure. What is this thing called? I think it is actually called civilization. So let's import civilization. So to do that, create entity called model // HackRPG / objs / civilization .obj. Okay, then I want to add a positionable. Let's just go ahead and get the model imported. Oops. Oh, is it? What is it that? Okay. Ah, dang it. Well, I'm going to persist all and then kill all of this stuff and then restart the system again. So let me do that. There we go. Okay. So the first thing I want to do, actually, let's see. The first thing I want to do is let's go ahead and make the civilization, the forum, large, and then let's like maybe move it somewhere. I mean, that's not. It's like a toy model of the Roman forum. It needs to be like maybe 20. Does that feel like it's a legitimate forum? Okay. There are steps. There is a giant thing. Cool. That is, I believe, the size of what I would expect a forum to be, although the steps are huge. The steps are huge. But, okay, so I need to move this thing out of the way. Because I don't want it in my cave. Also, is the FPS really slow, or is it that I'm just moving slow because it feels like I'm moving slow because this thing is huge? No, the FPS has dropped significantly, which is kind of crazy. Okay, let's move this like 10 or 30 or 50 or 80. Yeah, 80 maybe. Just like get it out of the way. Oh, I think it's actually just absolutely huge. I think that's the main issue. It's just a giant thing. I think 20 is way too large. I think maybe dropping it down to like 10 is probably, like that looks like person height. I think these arches are supposed to be like, I don't know, person height or something close. I don't know the exact height of the Roman Forum, but I think it was relatively short. I think I want to rotate it like -90. Whoops, not in that direction. In the Y direction. negative 90. That can be 0. There we go. I think it's still like a little too big. There we go. How is the FPS doing? Okay, still at 300, so that's good. I think this seems reasonable for a good size. If I want it life size, but I actually don't want it life size. I want a pocket forum. I know I just spent a lot of time. I actually want it to be like 0.4, so everyone knows that it's not to scale. Then I will put it maybe like in the air. The reason I made this thing is because I want something that represents civilization, like a model. I'm going to build like, I don't know, little statues or something that represent items. Um, represent ideas, 1.5. So it's like, cool, a floating model Roman forum, which represents civilization. I mean, I guess I could like pretend like imagine if I had like little people that like simulated the Roman economy inside of this forum that just sort of ran around in the little simulation here. Okay, I think I want like negative 0.5, point negative 1, 2, 1.5. And to be honest, I think it's still a little too large. It still looks like it's trying to be real size. There. Now it's obvious that it's like a little toy. It looks like it's scale. In fact, it's small enough that I think I can probably just put it pretty much where this guy is. I need a better way to position these things. Da, 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 0. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. That looks cool. I like that. I think that makes it look obvious. Persist. I have Rome in my pocket. Chromium. Okay, let's take a look at the stream again. And the FPS. Okay, it's still cranking at a pretty normal FPS. I'm kind of concerned that if I start putting in like way too many models, like the FPS is just going to drop significantly. But it doesn't seem like too big of an issue at the moment. Okay, I do think there is one more thing that I want to add. Tonight. I want to add /HackRPG/objs/ I think it's called yang.obj. And then I want to add a positionable. So let's add that, and there is the ship. I guess I will position it out there, which will require, I believe, like negative, whoops, okay, 50. Maybe it's a little too far out there. So like 20, there we go. Ship feels a little small, negative 10, 5, 4. I think I want it to be like double the size. Now it doesn't feel so small. Which means I can probably back it up a bit, and then I think it's probably good there. How is FPS doing? It's cranking between 200 and 300. I think it's okay. I have thoroughly optimized this, so like if I'm not looking at anything, it's not going to render much. On my old machine, this would absolutely freeze. So I'm fairly happy with the situation here. So I need to persist that. Kaka, hello. Okay. I think OBS is chugging a bit. Like the FPS on OBS is like not great. It's crazy that I think I have a 4090 card. Even with that, my game engine combined with OBS is like OBS chugs a bit. But that's it. I think more than 1080p maybe. So I think it's okay. I'm not sure what else to expect. Maybe I should just optimize my game engine more. Or maybe I should have got a better laptop, I don't know. Nah, I'm not too upset with this. Okay. So one thing that I do need to do is let's see, open to load into Chiron. And there's something about this model, I think, that's just like making everything chug slow. Or maybe something about OBS, like maybe OBS is like dropping frames or something. I don't know. I remember yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before that like I was really getting like decent speeds out of this. And I can barely like do anything. It's so strange. I could have sworn I was able to. It's probably the water. I'm thinking it's the water. It's just like the combination of all these models. But the thing is that it shouldn't be that because like I can hide most of the models. Like the water, like the water and the ship are not rendering at the moment, like because they're not visible. I don't know what it is. It literally just could be OBS is like not happy. Like it may be that like it's dropping too many frames across the network, and it dropping frames is